Sing with it now. Shake your coconuts, mama. Shake your coconuts, mama. Shake your coconuts, mama. Take all your best food you got. I'm gonna put things in my bag. I'm gonna take a hacksaw home. I'm gonna take a motor, yeah. I think I need a shave. Am I here? Am I here? Dear René Descartes, et je vous suis allé ici. Sorry, I'm such a polyglot that I just sometimes start speaking French without sans realizing. All right, Steve. A little joke between me and Rags there. How are you, Steve? Gotcha. Oh, that cracked me up. I don't know why. Boy James, Jiden, Lulu, Sean. Hello, Sean P. Sean P. What's Harry Truck Show going on about? You know what? I don't hear from him for months, and then I get loads of messages. I think he just woke up one day and went, right, I'm changing my life. I'm going to be motivated today. Quickly tell Dangerfield something. Say this, record a video. Should we ever watch it? Have a look at Harry's I'm hardly out of breath. He's absolutely knackered, right? If he's watching this, there we go. In your account, Dangerfield. So he's obviously gone running in the hottest day ever. Now I know it's the hottest day ever. Yeah, I know you're all dying. I get it. I get all that. But you know, just stop it. Did you see this? I put it on my Telegram link in the description if you want to get on the Telegram. I know there's plenty of people in the glorious House of Scrubs that will get a little giggle out of that one. It's the best heat meme that I've seen. I've got to say, hotter than a smackhead spoon on Benefits Day. Got me giggling. Right, got another one for you though. I have to admit, where's that gone? How many people in 62 is good? Let's just have another look at today's Scrubette thumbnail. Now it was a tiny picture, so I had to blow it up, and there was a really bad reflection on her arm, which I had to. Well, it just looks like I scratched it, but it looks better than it did. But it takes a lot. It takes a lot of balls, especially I think as a lady, to go on a Scrubs thumbnail. Look at the arse on it. Look at the absolute pinners on her. You know, look at today. Anyone going to hazard a guess at who it is? I've got to leave the picture relatively small because the bigger it gets, the more distorted she looks. Because I had to make that thumbnail half the size as I usually make them. But look at the kind of MILF action we've got hanging around in the glorious house. There's me just thinking it's Streamerama, and suddenly it's Bums Akimbo. Smash those likes. I mean, incredible. Crosshat said his leg kept falling off. We've all had it. What's that important message from Bill? I've escaped the unit on the lam, so I won't be able to chat much. All right, mate. Oh, I hope you're all right. I hope you're all right, Bill. Hang on. Glooner, I was going to call you and am going to continue to. Glooner said, we're just about to have a massive storm here. Thank the Lord. Well, that's how it works. What was a cracker, Arkglow? The thumbnail Scrubette. I think it takes a lot of... a lot. Oh, you're talking about the Zippy. There you go. It is not Chrissy. It is not Charlie. It is not Mrs. Packer. No. She's not that talkative in here. She's Yeah, you can see it, can't you? You can see it up on a top of her arm there. It's a bit of a poor job, but there was just a massive... Crosshatch says it's his missus. Is it actually Crosshatch? I don't know if it is. Hello, Jessica. Flammerwood. Oh, without a doubt. Nice bot. It's not John. I've got your one, Jessica. I've got Jessica sent one in, but you know, I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's good darts to say whether you would or not when it's an actual scrubette. It is your mum, bless her. Hello, Matt. Booty. Hello, Matt. Afternoon all. Oh, look, he's got his avatar changed to Trudeau's new haircut. When Matt told me about Trudeau's new haircut, I found a picture of Trudeau's old haircut and went, what that? And got it completely wrong. No, look at that. It's taken years off him. Years of Castro. Afternoon all, working and lurking, but I hope some of you haven't combusted yet. London is on effing fire. Oh man, I mean, it's just jokes for me. It's the sun. It's the sun. Picard. Hello, mate. Nice to see thee. Al is very respectfully appreciating the bum. I'm not. You don't have to go too far the other way, and you know, I don't know the rules really, but you know, yeah, it was a good one, wasn't it, Arkglow? It's not Dawn. No, it isn't. It's not Joan Jackson. Bless Joan. Livy was here, was she earlier? She was here yesterday. But she does come in here. She certainly reads my Substacks, but she's not like a regular chatter. Just Sean says, whoa, that's wife potential. There you go, exactly that. October is withholding the nice rump comments till I know it's safe. No, you're safe. He's a danger boy. Don't worry, we're playing that later. It's all good manners as long as you would, and I would. Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Hello, Tito. It's not Lulu. It is not Lulu. Yes, there's plenty of them floating about, yeah. It's good to see you, Tito. Right. What was I going to tell? I was telling you about something. Hello, Mr. Gold. No, I know, John. I've seen that there's actually fires. Things are starting. I mean, are they blaming it on the sun? All right, Pags. Skin and Tonic. Have you got her number? I actually have. Have I? No. Email. Crosshatch said, it's like having a foreign bird for some, Chris. Sunshine. Okay. I see your point. That's fair enough. Yeah, look, the boy Craze right underneath you. It's the hottest day on record, Dane, so credit it. No, fair enough. But bloody hell, the things people are saying, it isn't what's the name. I mean, I've spoken to about 10 Brits today, and fucking hell. Livy! Hello, Livy! Lovely arse. Well, we are, but I don't think anyone will get it because she's quite quiet in the chat. It's not Sally. No. It's all right. I'll tell you in a minute. Hello, Robin. Hello, 42. Spank that like. It's not Livy. It's not what's the name. Hello, Vincent. Hello, Clark. Well, someone who just said about the storm, and I knew you said storm. It's not Mrs. Me in it. No. Hello, Zeitgeist. Good to see you, mate. Dartford Heath is on fire like it always is when it gets hot. Yeah, it's continually burning. Look at Bontoft. You could rack some lines up on that. We've all done it. No, to me, it's not Buffalo Soldier. VC, a poo jar. Mr. Swain, good Lord, it's been a while. Hello, Andrew. A cryptic clue. All right. Okay. All right. Hang on. All right. Hang on. Oh, I've got one somewhere. Hang on. I'm just trying to remember the word. Oh, what are they fucking called? I'll have to remember. Swain's been travelling. Planet X says that's the quiet girl from the chat. There you go. There you go. Jess wins. Jess wins. It's Mad Lizzie. Mad Lizzie. Well done, Jessica. Well done. I wonder if the women know the women more. Ted Rogers style. Okay, here's the clue. 3 buckets of lead balanced on a blue triangle. Dance the falala across a funky tambourine. It's not Lumi post-transition. He's not going to come back. Hello, Red 56. Red 56. Red 57. Red 58. Red 59. VC, it's a scrub. It's Mad Lizzie. Jess, you do win. You get 15 points. Let's open up the Scrubs book of points. Gluna says the Dartford fire is actually bad. There you go, Jessica. You're now on 25. You've overtaken John B. But Mad Lizzie, Mad Liz, she gets 15 points for sending her photo for having a photo on the thumbnail. I can't retrospectively give you one, Pizzle, because I don't retrospectively give out points. If you weren't here yesterday, people, we're actually keeping track of the points I dish out for absolutely no reason. Lumi! The Dartford fire. Avart. Where would be? It is nearly 1 o'clock. This ain't going to be a long one. This is going to be an hour and 15 minutes because I've been grafting all day. I'm shattered and I want to just watch a movie. But I do love it and I wanted to do a bit. That's all right, isn't it? Hang on. Skin and Tonic has referred to Hooper. And I haven't said hello to Hooper. How does he know he's in here? When did Hooper? It's just a normal sunny day here. It's a bit hot for some. It's hot, but it's summer, for God's sake. It's been a little bit chilly here. I mean, it's 28 now. I mean, it's 1 in the morning, but out on my scooter I was. G-string. I don't know why. I said it, but, you know, it'll all make sense when I finally transition. G would love to have a figure like that. You scrubbed up wickedly on your thumbnail, if I remember correctly. Hello, Apocalypto. Seems like she wants to slap. Oh, between me and you, Apocalypto, they all do. They love it. Oi, Mousecat, was it you or your missus who sent? Look at Steve wanting a bullseye just out of the blue. I'm sorry, it doesn't work like that. And anyone who demands points, you're going to go well into the negative, but you don't get negative, so you can't go. I've got the most least. No, just 0. You're indifferent in the point game. Yeah. You see, I lay down the law around here. There's only one person wears the crammer around here. Right. Wheeler can see the smoke from Green Hive. Good gosh. Zeitgeist has dropped in a $2.99 for Lizzie. Nice one. Very nice. There you go. Okay. Manny Moo reckons a bum is worth more than 15 points. See, I'll consider it later. I'll take it to a tribunal, Manny Moo, and we'll see what we can do. Hello, Custard. Lovely to see thee. It was Mousecat. Right, I want to show you this, people, just in case you didn't see it. I know that it's a cute animal on the internet, but it's so cute. It's just ridiculous. And remind me to show you Harry. I bet you thought he'd got away with that. You haven't. Harry's thing is superb. I like him. I like his be gone. I like his I don't know what I like about him. I like his youth and ambition. He sort of goes for it for one day every 6 months. Right. So I don't know where Mousecat got this from, but it's like a terrapin. I'll tell you the short version of my terrapin story because I know a few of you have heard it. So my mate, right, he looks like Chief. And I mean he looks like Chief. I'm going to show you a photo of him that I've never done before when I've told this story. I just want you to realise how much people call him Chief. I've known he's my oldest friend, by the way. This fella. We went to playgroup together. Both our my mum and his mum both worked there. I obviously won't dox his real name, but I want you to understand. They call him Chief after Chief out of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And honestly, he's the spit, and he's like 6'6", long dark hair. I'm trying to find a picture of him where. Also, both his parents and his grandparents are white British, and it's quite weird. And he's the spit of them. He's the absolute spit of them. But he's a right hippie, by the way, as you'll see by this photo. But he's picked up a bit of colour. I think there's a bit of a throwback somewhere on the way. So. I've got to give you the Terrapin story before I show you the Terrapin thing. Otherwise, it won't make any sense. Oh, don't stop working on me now, Mouse. Mouse alert. What's going on? No. Why would that stop working now? Just to dislike me. Just to not be my friend. Harry's stopped it working. Hang on. I think I can. Right, there it is. Have I got to turn it on and off again or something? Is that how you do it? Clearly not. I've got mouse problems. Right, I can do it manually, but everything's going to be really slow. Oh, this has gone ridiculous. Why has my mouse stopped working? Anyone know why that stopped working? I'm going to have to do that. And then do that. And hope that that's changed it. It worked. Turning it off, on and off, always works. Why is that open? Why is that open? Why is big news? Why is that open? Is anyone else enjoying me turning things? Why is that open? Mystic River. Anyone watch Mystic River? Great movie, but it was a bit unpleasant. It was a bit like, please don't tell me about that. I didn't really think that was going to be that sort of film. So this is the bloke they call Chief. Everyone calls him Chief. Is it Chief Bromden, I think, from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. There he is. There's the boy. Right. I'm telling you, white British. I guarantee it. I know his grandparents. Well, they're dead now, but I knew him. He's also the spitting image of his brother and his mum and dad. It's very weird. But he's some unpleasant company being kept there. But him, right? Now, look at him. Look at his eyes. He hasn't been sober ever. He'll be going fucking mad if he sees this. Now, here's why I'm telling you. When we were all about 16 and experimenting with narcotics, he decided he was going to paint the walls of his room. And he did with some paint that he nicked from work. But it was 2-part epoxy resin paint. Mousecat will know about this, and the other 2 people in the chat who've ever had a job. And it's the dilutant is butyl nitrate. which is just amyl nitrate, really. And he couldn't talk. He painted the 4 walls and the ceiling in this. It's like fucking, you have to sort of scrape it on. This stuff is used for industrial, like, flooring in sort of places where they're moving loads of things with wheels on around. You know, this stuff will last. It'll out when there's a nuclear war, there'll be just the shape of his bedroom left where it didn't get blown up. But for about 5 months, he was out of his nut, like he was just on the nitrate all the time, because he was. He also painted in a big arc. Give him a little bit of credit. He was only 16, 15. He wrote the hippie revolution. You know, we were listening to Osrix and Zeppelin and Hendrix and the hippie revolution, but he spelt it wrong. So it said the hippie revulsion, which is excellent, obviously, for obvious reasons. Now, while he was living in the amyl nitrate lung, we'll call it the amyl lung. While he was living in the amyl lung, he'd come out and you'll be like, all right, his name, we'll call him Chief for now. You go, all right, Chief. And they go, and he'll be like, oh, you still living at home? Maybe get a hotel for a couple of weeks and live a little bit longer. He's got 5 kids. Anyway, he said to me one day, he went, oh, I'm buying a Terrapin. He said, you can buy Terrapins. And I was like, why though? It's not like you live, you know, you're out all the time. Why are you just going to put an animal in a box of water? He said, no, amazing having your own Terrapin. So he got a tank, and it was the shittest Terrapin tank you ever see. It was just a tank, grit on the bottom, one boulder with another boulder that he super glued onto it that stuck just a little bit out of the water, right? Now, he got this Terrapin. It was about that big. And we sort of poked at it with pencils and things, and it sort of went, Vartalaten! It just sort of didn't like its house or anything. I reckon Mousecat's going to make a comment about flooring, so I've got to read that. Chris, I didn't send you the Terrapin toothbrush vid, but I did put it up on the Scrubs earlier today. No, that's what I meant. That's what I meant, Mousecat. Sorry. Who put it up there? Because I nicked it off of there. Yeah, no, we're still good. We're still good. Nice one, Mousecat. Well, Liam, you've kind of ruined the story because they are absolutely shit. Yeah. So he's got this Terrapin. Anyway, we continue to experiment every day with narcotics and live our lives, go to festivals, go to gigs. One night I end up at his house. There's about 3 or 4 of us there. And I go, oi, have you still got that Terrapin? And he goes, I think so. I think so. He went, I think so. And he sort of looked through, and it was a shithole, right? There's bits of things and all sorts of just rubbish everywhere. He was just going, and he managed to pull enough stuff aside that the tank was like tilted, but water finds its own level. Welcome to the Science Channel. And the Terrapin was sitting on the boulder that was just a little bit sticking out of the water. And he looked at it. I went, look at it. Look at it still there. And its eyes were open. It was just going. He went, I haven't, well, the water looked like mud, right? He went, I haven't changed the water in months. I went, in months? I went, oh, you don't say. He said, I haven't fed it, though, or anything. He said, I don't know how it's still alive, right? And then he got a ruler. And he went like this, and he'd give it a little poke. And as soon as he gave it a little poke, it went. It was just dust. It was just dust. It just fell. It didn't fall. It's hard to explain. It kind of just sort of disintegrated, but not like bits falling off it. It just that little tiny shove of its shell, and the whole thing just went in and returned to the earth. Well, the water, which isn't earth. Yeah, see you later, Terrapin. And as it sort of disappeared into a cloud of its own shit, I said to him, was it worth it, do you think, the Terrapin as a pet? And he looked a bit upset, really. He went, I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was something along the lines of, I think I should maybe think a bit more about things like that. It was fucking rank. Anyway, so that's a bad Terrapin story. But Mousecat put this on the Scrubs lifeboat, and I saw it, and I am a bit internet animals. Okay, I get it, they're cute. But what is it? Who can Luma, you know what it's called? What's it called when you project human ideas onto animals? There's a word for it. It's not on the tip of my tongue. I could say I've had one on the tip of my penis and get in more trouble again, but that would be ridiculous. Now, this little fella looks like he's loving it. So I'll tell you, all they do, they've got this little Terrapin by the shell, and they just tickle its underbelly with a toothbrush. And if you don't look at him and watch him when he goes, he's going, like when Janine, who lived up the road with her little fingerless white lace gloves and red fingernails, used to drag them across my belly, I'd be going, this little Terrapin's doing exactly that. He's absolutely loving it. Check it out. Check out how much he loves it. Thank you. There you go. There you go. Anthropomorphism. So I don't like to anthropomorphize, but he does look like a lovely little fella enjoying having his belly toothbrushed. Ozmaster's got a little fella. Hello, son. Good to see you, Oz. Hello, Mrs. Me in it. Oof. Bit hot, is it? Evening all, hot and bothered. Now taking a break to talk to lovely Scrubs. Dangerfield, I'm curious about the clothes rack at the back. Now, this tells me you haven't been paying attention, Mrs. Me in it. Incredible, full, well-structured, and the punctuation is all good. Excellent. Well done. That's the washing that I done about 5 days ago. I don't like to put it away because I like to look at it every day and just nod as I walk past it and go, yep, washed some clothes. Because, I had to put all those clothes into a basket, take the basket outside, put that in a machine, put washing like liquid in it, press buttons, wait, get it out, hang it up, let it dry. I'm not going to put all that work away. I want to look at what I created and say it was good on a daily basis. Now that'll be there another week or so. So that's what that is. Anyway, exactly. I knew you'd understand, Woodlander. You can't just, imagine throwing all that effort and to fold it up and put it in drawers. Unless if the drawers were transparent and I could walk past the drawers and see the well-folded cloth, that'd have been in there immediately, and I'd walk past that, look at my work, and say it was good. Yes, but that I haven't got that. I haven't got that at the minute. Livy just says lazy git. I don't know how many lazy gits you can find who wash 2 towels, 4 cremers, a pair of pants, and a t-shirt all this month. Tricky Woo just did the laundry. Respect. What did Murph Barron said? Clothes rack enjoyer. Yeah, thank you. Clothes horse, I like to call it. Oh no, without a doubt, they're like cardboard. I left them outside too long, and I've got to decrisp them as well. So nice to see a glass. It's not part of a nutty suit. No, it's just a very aggressive crameur. Right, let's have a look at the Terrapin, shall we? Because he's really sweet. And we need a little bit of miniature animal sweetening up occasionally. I think that's fair to say. Right, how do I make it a bit bigger? By pressing the magic button. Right, I think I've got to mute myself. I haven't heard the audio. I don't even know if there is any, but here we go. It's actually better without the audio. You don't need the silly voice. Just check out how happy he is. Look, right. So there he is. What's happening here? He's thinking. Little Tig, look. Oh, look. Look at him, look. Absolutely loving it. Way! Stop. Oh. And that's today's Terrapin. Right, speaking of today's Terrapin, don't worry, I won't forget Harry's truck. I hope you're watching, Harry. You know, yesterday we had much lols with our tune, Simon Bates, our tune. And I said yesterday, I think I'll make it a regular. I don't think it'll be weekly. I'll probably do it once every other week. Bi-monthly, I think that is. It's always hard to work out. It's not. It is. I mean, shouldn't be is what I meant to say. But so today while I was working, I was playing our tunes and, you know, going through a load to find some classics so that we can do a listen along with our tune. Fucking hell. I found some absolute blinders. And what has done me is just the sort of, what's the word? The flippant attitude, not attitude, it's just the flippancy that Bates has with other people's hideous stories. I mean, you know, the old and then she died and then her legs fell off has got nothing on our tune. They're shocking. So I've racked a few up, and I'll call the stream. It'll be something like our tune special. And there'll be one of them every 2 weeks because it's such a treasure trove of hideous stories. And as soon as you hear that, Jill wasn't very happy with her leukemia. You're like, oh, here we go. The doctor said everything would be all right. When the ambulance crashed... Right, so let's have a look at Harry. Right, this isn't me blagging him. He forwarded this onto his Tommy Robinson UK show, onto his truck show. Now, right, I didn't watch all of it because he's a boring young lad, actually, Harry. I love him. Because it was the hottest day in the world, he went running today. And in this video, he's getting a bit angry about the English. He's like, it's only a bit of sun. I'm not even out of breath. Hello, Gerald. Nice to see thee. Hello, Baz. Keys to the kingdom. I just want you to see the bit where he goes, yeah, I've just done a 50,000-mile run. Not even out of breath. Now, there is a little bit of spit that keeps stretching as he moves his mouth up and down. Not ideal. And in fairness, when I took the piss out of that, hang on, what did he say? When I took the piss out of that, he said, yeah, I know. He said, but you've got to respect the drool. That's a fair way of dealing with it. So we won't watch all of it because he's a very boring young man. Vatanashana. Nice one, Picard. The 2.5 hour tune. yeah, they are. Are you suggesting names, are you? Thank you, Picard. I'll certainly consider it. No. Nice one, mate. But you might be right. You might be going, do I need to shout? Is it better like that? I get a bit hyper, don't I? I think if I relax, I'll just be asleep. I'm fucking shattered. Exactly. That's wonderful, isn't it? Man, dogs, and Englishmen go out in the midday sun. Thank you, Packer. So let's check out Harry giving it the big one. Ready? Yeah, not even out of breath, only a little bit. It's so good. Here we go. This is real men, people. There you are. Look at that boy. Look at him. Look at him. What's happening to Harry? How long is his head getting? Oi, there she is. People were loving it. It was a cacophony of wood taps, Lizzie. So, and as I said, it takes real bottle to send a picture in. So great stuff. He looks smashing. Right, here we go. Here's Harold. And if you weren't here, I'll give you. I think I gave you 10 points, or was it 15 in the Scrubs book of points? Let me just check. Like people started. I'll give you 15. So you've got 15 points in the Scrubs book of points. Right. So let's get some advice from Harry. Ready? Let me know you've got audio. Yeah.
Well, everyone, it's been a while. Just got back from 8 Mile run. Not even breathing that heavy because I'm.
He's got celebrity big face. You've nailed it, JP. Celebrity big face. I mean, come on, you've got to give this boy props. Just got back from an 8 Mile run. Not even breathing that heavy. He's fucking shattered. Let's just, long head Harry. The more keto, the longer your head gets. Let's just hear that incredible intro again. Not even breathing that heavy. No, he is, James, and I love him for it. But that's Mr. Natras reckons he's got done a bit of. Tony ain't having it. Tony don't reckon he done 8 miles in the 90 in the furnace that was the UK today. Oh, October. He knows we're mates. No worries. I'm ripping the piss out of him, but no, there's no problems between me and Harry. Hello, resisting the lies. Good to see you. Look at that. Pissing with poor old Scotland ain't even got any. Didn't even get it. It stopped at the sun stopped at Hadrian's Wall. Right, let's get back to what. Damn! What if I could remember his name? Who was the Lance, the Tour de France liar? Well, that's who Barry here is. I'm going to call Harry Barry from now on because he went. Yeah, just got back from a 8 mile run. Not even breathing that heavy. Anyway, it gets better. And by better, I mean worse. Check it. Here we go. I'm just going to turn it down a bit because I don't want to have to keep muting myself. I can't bother to put my headphones in.
Well, everyone, it's been a while. Just got back from 8 Mile run. Not even breathing that heavy. So I'm ketogenic excellent. Following protocol strong.
Hang on. I'm sorry. I've got to put my headphones in because I can't hear it. And this is where it gets excellent. He's talking about his protocols, ketogenic excellence. And fair play to him. He's an absolute Chad, but that's why I'm ripping the absolute piss out of him. Ketogenic excellence. Let me just pair my pods. Connect. Connectation has occurred. All right, I think connectation has occurred. You should be able to hear it. Can we just have a sound check? Let me know if you can hear this. Fucking hell, I can't even hear that. Oh, now my mouse has died again. This is the curse of Harold. I think I've got to get a new battery for the mouse. 1 second. Here's some I prepared earlier. Oh, my camera's fallen down. My God. We are having all sorts of technical difficulties tonight, aren't we? Let's put that there. These batteries look used. Does it count as a new battery if you put the old ones back into the packet? And I'm not even joking. For some reason, I've refused to throw them away. Look, I'll even show you. Oh, Has it worked? It's worked as well. So look, look, I've just put old batteries back in there. But it would appear to have worked. You can always get a little bit more juice out of a battery. Right, let's try again. He says something about ketogenic excellence, following the protocols. Right, let's see if you can hear it and if I can hear it, and then we're good. What is all this? Danger, find my headphones. What? They're not even lost. Right, sorry, people. Let's just calm down. Stop throwing things at me. Stop kicking your dog. Let's just get on with this. Ketogenic excellence, following the protocols. Head lengthening is going all right. I've had my head in a vice for 14 hours. Right, let's just do a sound check. Mouse issues. It's got to be battery, hasn't it? Oh, for fuck's sake. Sometimes this life gives me the claps. I've got to actually find my new batteries, but I know where they are. I should have just got them the first time around. There you go. There you go. Oh, these are 10 times longer lasting. Is that because you can't get them out of the fucking box? Sorry, people. It's been worse. Right, I'll have to remember that old batteries that stop working don't work anymore. So throw them away. Right, let me know if you can hear this. Right, did you hear his little Simon Webb cough? He went, that's what I thought, Mousecat. When he started talking about protocols, I was like, good Lord. It's all right, people. I've got Audio Strong One. Good call, the boy Cray. Right, here we go. Right, let's go.
Well, everyone, it's been a while. Just got back from 8-mile run. Not even breathing that heavy.
Followed by a massive exhale again. Yeah.
Not even breathing that heavy because I'm ketogenically excellent.
How do you keep a straight face? I mean straight and long and thin. Not even breathing that heavy because I'm ketogenically excellent. Because I'm ketogenically excellent. You've got to give him credit for it. Because I'm ketogenically excellent. Let's hear that again. He means it as well. And then he'll talk about the protocols. Ready?
Because I'm ketogenically excellent. Follow the protocols, drink lots of water. And this is the problem. I was thinking a lot on the run about all this climate change bollocks that are now pushing through the mainstream media. The problem is that most people are just so sick and unhealthy these days, they can't even fathom that this is normal weather. Getting vitamin D. Bill Gates wants to block out the sun, so you know the sun's good for you. Been getting as much D as I possibly can.
Bill Gates is trying to block out the sun, so you know the sun's good for you. Because I'm ketogenically excellent, following the protocols. Come on, Harry, I love it. Harry, if you're watching, will you come on live, please?
But we need to start eating healthily, and people are just not doing that. And they've also taken the goy poison, triple backs, myocarditis, all these problems. So people are just now suspecting, a heart attack's incoming. And the problem with climate change is, one, it's a complete hoax. I've been saying this stuff for decades. Yeah, maybe it is getting a bit hotter, but there's nothing unbearable. And two, even if it is true, it's completely facilitated by the globalists anyway, with hyper-consumerism, Coca-Cola making all these plastics, providing everyone with goods.
And without a doubt, I wouldn't be playing this if he's not. He's actually making some good points. I live in a hot country where the weather you're having at the moment, we have for 5 months out here. Now, yeah, it takes a bit of getting used to, and I understand that as well. But you shouldn't be dying. If you're dying because it's a bit hot, I'm guessing you live on processed food, do absolutely no exercise, take no supplements, and just aren't looking after yourself and don't drink enough. I get the fear when I see how little water some people drink. I've got friends who can't drink water. I don't like the taste of it. Man, you've got to be Varten, tarten, lekker chicken, arten. You've got to be pouring water into your face all day long. I'll do about 4, 5, 6 litres of water a day. And when you've got it like you've got it out there, you need to be, you'll be letting out so much water. You get rid of a litre just through your breathing. You lose a litre in sweat before you can even see you're sweating. Now, if you haven't got the water inside to come out, your body, it's a real toll on your body. You should be having plenty of water. Water is the milk of the earth, but water. it is. I'm getting a bit worried that Barry in a minute is going to go up a road where I'm going to have to rush for that mouse like I've never rushed for it before. Yes, Billy, electrolytes, I'm all over them.
Goods, get sicker, keep providing, keep eating, keep consuming. And then all the supply chain, you've got all these carbon emissions from supply chains, where if we just went back to naturalism and nationalism, there'd be local communities producing all this stuff. There wouldn't be as much need for transport. We've completely exported and offshored pretty much all of our food production.
Yeah, all right, David Icke. So that's Harry. You can check him out on ketogenicexcellent.com. Oh, fuck knows. Arklow, 5-bit. Sun has gone down here a bit in Arklow. Going to risk a 5 kilometre run. Hopefully climate change won't get me. Just be sure to be ketogenically excellent. Bless Harry, though. He keeps coming back to YouTube and then not. He got annoyed that it spent him about a year to make a video and 7 people watched it or something. I understand it. No, that's a fair point, Steve. That's a fair point. It's a fair point. But if you are fit and healthy, a bit of sun shouldn't cause the problems it would appear to be causing. Socially, yes. In terms of infrastructure, yes, because people haven't got aircon. People haven't got something like that directly above the place where they work and stream. Why can't I get that in the shot there? So I understand it on that kind of level. But, I've been reading stories about people walking down the road and just dying because it's too hot. that ain't right. Arklow, thanks for that 5-bit, mate. Aprasha Kanatu. You do have winter for 6 months, and I'll be honest with you, it was a much motivating factor for me getting out of Western Europe. I just can't stand that cold, and it's just too depressing. And I mean that. I mean it. Why am I so low? There you go. There you go. A bit of deltoid action. Why am I so low? No, Otto, you enjoy your rhubarb pie, mate. Chuck them down, yeah. And Mr. MF can't stand it, eat. Okay, where else are we going here? Mr. Gold, I drink 1.5 litres. I'm only small. How small are you? But that's a good. It's good to be. I love it. I if anything, I don't drink too much because I know how much is too much, because you can drown if you drink too much water. But I'm filling this up all day. I have this is full as well. I have these two on my desk. Vart, did you hear that Vart then, or is it just me who hears that? Can I have a Vart check, please? Hello, is that a Vart check? Oh, yesterday I watched the movie Senna again. Right, once I took this. She was a student of clinical psychology at Oxford Uni, right? She was a sprinter in the Oxford Uni 4x400, right? This is fit as fuck. She had her own surgery. She was already working while she was finishing her PhD, so she was doing her doctorate. I met her at a gig actually and just said, I love you. And then on our first date, I said, do you want to go and see this movie called Senna? It's about Ayrton Senna. He's a Formula One driver from about 20 years ago. And I watched it again yesterday. Excuse me, Simon Webb. And I watched it again yesterday. And I thought that, because I'm still in touch with her. We made friends. We had a little bit of a sensual moment, but we just stayed friends. It didn't work out that way. She's now got a couple of kids, bless her. Lovely bird, though. Very lovely bird. But I wrote to her yesterday. I said, I've just watched that Senna. It's 2 3/4 hours long. Now, I'm not into Formula One. I don't hate it or anything. I'm not like, fuck it now. But my mum and dad used to watch it. So I know about Nelson Piquet, Niki Lauda, Alain Prost, Ayrton Senna, blah, 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 blah. And Lord knows why I asked a bird if she wanted to go and watch that movie. But I sent her a message yesterday and said, do you remember when we went and watched Senna on our first date? I said, be honest, what did you make of it? And she got back, she said, I thought it was excellent. She said it was really interesting. And I said, well, I've just watched it again. And I thought it was a very weird choice of things to do. Hello, darling, want to come and watch Ayrton Senna biopic? But if you haven't seen it, people, can people stop saying electrolytes to me? Can you just stop? So many people this is just like an electrolytes flurry. Okay. I get it. I recommend Senna, even if you're not into Formula One. It's a cracking documentary, 2 3/4 hours. I was up till 6 o'clock this morning watching that because remember, after I streamed yesterday, it was already late. Well, I'd already watched half of it, so I had to watch the rest of it. I think my boy. No, Ozmeister, not any fluids. No, if you drink loads of Coca-Cola, it will kill you. If you drink loads of tea or coffee, it will dehydrate you. It has to be water, really, or something. It doesn't need anything put in with it, because if you're drinking 4 or 5 liters of anything, like I remember years ago, I used to put a bit of lemon barley in it because I thought, oh, all that water. But then I realised how much lemon barley I was getting through, and that's just fucking Sugarsville. So water, come on, we're not children. No, I don't want water. Milk, 5 liters of milk a day is awful for you. Milk isn't very good for humans, I'll be honest with you. Milk is to make baby cows get fat really quickly. If you see a baby cow born, right, and all it eats is mother's tit, right, and in about 3 weeks it's put on about 50 kilo. Well, don't complain about those love handles when you're drinking fucking gallons of milk. JP's done 5 litres of water today. Good lad. I don't think I've done 5 today. I'm probably on about 4 or whatever. I'm lucky I can work it out because I have to order these. So I know I buy 6 of them at a time. And so when I'm ordering another 6, I can look at when I last paid them and I can work out how much water I'm consuming. Vavad? Is that Vard? Is that hard? Electrolytes. Right, no more saying electrolytes, please. Manimoo says he's right about it being a talking point for years. The 18th century was when it was first noted that carbon dioxide would cause warming. That's the 18th century. Oh yeah, I'm not actually laughing at what he was saying, Manimoo. John, shall we say? It was just the way he said it. He's a good lad. He doesn't talk rubbish. This show is brought to you by water. Enter code DANGER for 10% off at checkout. I do love it, though. I do love water. The damage I put my body through, and I reckon I'm doing all right at 50. And I think water's got a lot to do with that. My GP says as much as well. Willow, hello, mate. Me and my brother worked in a loft today. Oh, I bet that was fucking hot, though. 3 young sparks gave up after 2 hours. The poofters, no less. Poofter, you've resurrected a homosexual slur. Poofter. My nan used to have this little red thing that she put her feet on, and she used to call it the Poofter. And she'd go, Chrissy, pass me over the Poofter, please. And me and my brother would laugh our tits off. And my mum said to me, it's called a puffy. And then we'd laugh even more. And then, of course, my nan would go, can you just bring the Poofter over, please? And I'd go, it's called a puffy. Can anyone confirm whether, I don't think it needs to be red, but it's just like a round footrest thing. Does anyone else know that being a puffy or a poofter or anything like that? Hello, Daffyd. Is water good if filtered through ground coffee beans? I don't know about coffee. I don't know. Mrs. Me in it. It's only 2 days. Went round to the old people in the village and they all said, it's only a bit of weather. The media is telling us we're all going to die and it's our fault. Bollocks, is it? Yeah. Osmeister believes everything David Icke says. He loves a special brew, does David Icke. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about climate. I feel like it's well down the list. I mean, you know, I reckon we can deal with a plenty more of it, and there's other things that need sorting. That's my stance on it. You know. Arklow's got ketogenic excellence on lockdown. Are you dialed in with ketogenic excellence, Arklow? Is it something you're actually on? Or I don't know whether you're just joshing or not. Vitamin D is good for your bones. Hello, Ryan. Stay hydrated. Doesn't have to be H2O. What else are you going to hydrate with, though? Seriously, I'm asking. I'm not going, what else then? What else? But what else? Tony walked for 10 minutes and lost a stone. Billy says, what about all the swamp ass Betty Swallocks and T.T. Swits? I don't know. Jess says you're muscly. 15 points for Jessica. See, it's very easy. Very easy. But the rules keep changing, so that ain't going to work again. Thank you, Jessica. Jess is smashing it. You're on 40 points, Jess. John B in second place at 20. Mad Lizzie at 15. That's the beauty of the little golden book of the Scrubs golden book of knowledge. Sean's caning the ice lollies. Never. Oh, you did, of course, because you've been out on this manor. I can't believe you froze the Picari. I knocked the old Picari on the head. I know it is a, dare I say, an electrolyte drink, but it's a bit heavy on the old sugar, isn't it? My teeth were giving me that feeling. Nice one, Ragnar. Cheers, Steve. Massive thanks for today. I'm feeling full of piss and vinegar now. I'm fighting back. Yeah, I had quite a difficult conversation with Rags earlier. That's for him to talk to you about. But, you know, that's it, isn't it, Rags? You have to accept when life kicks you in the bollocks, you feel the pain and you go, all right, well, let's deal with this situation now. You got a lot of good people around you who care about your, Rags. Nice one on the lady as well. Barrett Zippo, evening scrubs, one and all. Good Lord, I've done an hour. Amoeba, waterlogged, dog pee. Let's just look at those 3 comments in order. Amoeba, waterlogged, dog pee. I mean, there's no place like the glorious House of Scrubs, really, is there? You can't hear the Vart, no. No vartation. No vartation. No Vart. No Vart. Vart off. The dog pee really brings out the flavour. I can't remember what the bog. I've never used the bog. I don't like that. I just need to use the bog. Ooh, there's no. Hello, Melvin. There's no need to say bog, is there? Glass. Vartes. Billy. So she had a nice arse then. Who are we talking about, Bill? I did have sex today with my ex, I must admit. I think she's trying to get me to make her pregnant. I'd be quite happy with that, to be honest with you. Oh, that's lovely, Mrs. Me, innit? There you go, Rags. I told you that it's quite dark, actually. Life's a bastard. Life's a bitch, and then you're born. Packer says, Mrs. Packer don't like the heat, but I'm just sat in my undercrackers loving it. Now, you see, Packer, you'd have scored a lot more points if you'd have said, Mrs. Packer doesn't like the heat. She's just laying around in her underwear, loving it. I can also understand why you wouldn't want to say that. So, you know, horses for courses, different blokes for different jokes. John B says, Senna is a great movie. That was the golden age of Formula One. It is a great movie, and I'm not into Formula One. So, yeah, I'm absolutely with you. Hello, Vart. Hello, Dillich. At 50, the internet says I should be doing the sex 1 to 2 times a month. Fucking hell. I don't think you should be doing the sex at all. Whenever you want to have sex and there's someone with you who wants to, is a good time. I don't all that. Who says that? I mean, I know you're not asking like seriously. Well, I'm assuming you're not. But, you know, people don't have anywhere near as much sex as our culture would have you believe. But, you know, if you're with someone who wants it, that's a good time. Nigel Mansell, what happened to him? Well, he started talking to himself, realised what the rest of us felt like, and fucked off to the Isle of Man, I think. Electrolytes. Sean says that Malcolm McLaren was a Formula One driver. Very good, very good. Where can I buy a box of electrolytes? Well, here, I did have... What one was White Lines on? I had out of the Electro albums. Remember the Electro albums when music changed in England? I had the one with White Lines. I think that's Electro 2. And I had Electro 3 because that had Jam on it. The Jam on it. I said the Jam on it. Weird. It was this weird American street music. And I can remember, I mean, White Lines is a cracking track. But I can remember playing those Electro albums, and I was in my front room sort of going... And I can remember my old man just sitting looking at me, and I could tell he was a bit gutted. And I was like, listen to this one, Dad. Listen to this one. Listen, amazing, isn't it? And it always is my dad's way of saying, no, it's shit, without making me feel bad would be... And I say it to people as well. It'd say... Oh, it's all right if you like that sort of thing, I suppose. Okay, yeah. Okay. You're about the 10th person who's mentioned Idiocracy. Why are people talking about Idiocracy today? 42 has ruined Senna. Absolutely ruined it. Dennis is joining in. No, look. Water. Oh, hang on a minute. Have you said water? All right. So let's here we go. I'm going to put a question out to see who's the real nerds. So, you know, like Judge Dredd, you know how comics went serious and became adult rather than things for teenagers. Young teenagers. Why have I said that This will test them. Why? Hello, Dennis. Why have I just said that after Dennis says water? Now, I know my pronunciation of words isn't great, but why have I just mentioned Judge Dredd, 2000 AD, and water? Someone will know this. It's fucking weird memory I've just had. Mr. MF says, we're mostly water. I just got farted out of this situation now. Now, who is your favourite UK stand-up comic and favourite USA comic? My favourite UK comic is Trevor Locke, and my favourite USA comic is Doug Stanhope. There you go. That went well, didn't it? That's probably the most concise and I just nailed it, didn't I? Just told you. Billy says, who's he? The cat's father? He's right about the water, but distilled water can remove the minerals from your body. Yeah, don't drink distilled water. Also, don't use fucking Brita water filters. Do not use them. They take all the things out of water you need in water. Your body has been learning how to drink water out of puddles for hundreds of thousands of years. A Brita water filter takes all that goodness out of it. You got to be careful fucking around with water. Do you know you can make, if you take all the, what is it? Oh, God. If you take all the alkaline out of water, it will burn your skin. Yeah, don't use Brita water filters. They're the biggest scam. They're not the biggest scam, but they are a scam. Be like water. Bruce Lee, don't look at the finger or you'll miss all the heavenly beauty. Boards don't hit back. Any more for any more. Well, Craig, I said that to my dentist, and my dentist said, okay, but how much water are you drinking a day? I said, well, I always have a big jug of it on my desk. And she said, so you put a couple of slices of lemon in it, you're now putting acid into your water, and then you're bathing your teeth in acid all day long. So I was advised against that. I can talk water till, you know, I can go on about water forever. Ozmeister, what are you on about? Milk contains lots of vitamins and minerals. Yeah, and loads of fat. Loads of fat. It's to make baby cows get fat. That's what it's made for. Crack on with your milk. If you want to drink milk, crack on. It won't show at your age, Ozmeister, but when you get to about 45 and you've got one of those big old man English bellies, and they go to the doctor and go, why have I got this big fat belly? I haven't eaten loads of fatty food. And doctors say to them, have you drunk a lot of milk in your life? And they go, well, I have 2 bowls of cereal a day. I have it in my tea and coffee, you know, and I've done that every day for like 45 years. And the doctor says, yeah, well, most of your organs are surrounded in fat now. And that's why you've got that massive fat belly. There's nothing you can do about it. Just saying. I'm just saying. If you want milk and water advice, I'm the bloke to make it up. Jess doesn't drink milk. She produces it. Naughty is Pizzle on the firm. Packers dropped to Lady Godiva. Lots of Formula One drivers named after Scottish towns. Stirling, Hamilton, Ayr, Town Centre. Have you had a lager or 6? Lots of Formula One drivers named after Scott towns. Scottish, right? Stirling, I know, yeah. Hamilton, yeah. Ayr, Town Centre. I don't know if you're just throwing bollocks at me with that. No, grass doesn't put weight on a cow. That's why they suck at their mother's tits and get massive very quickly. It's weird, isn't it? It's very, very weird. Let me see if I can find... that would be very boring now. Tricky Woo says, thank you, Packer, by the way. I quite like the comment. I like Air Town Centre at the end there. Tricky Woo says, I drink ice water while sucking on slices of lemon. Well, the lemon and the acid. And I'm now going to say don't drink ice water. Here's why you shouldn't drink ice water. The water you drink should be room temperature. Now, wait. Asseyez-vous. The inside of your stomach is very, very hot. It's like an engine room in there. All that food you put in is burning down there. It's being converted into energy. And that's what makes you strong and makes you active. And it's hot down there. When someone gives you a glass, and the trend over the last 10, 15 years, it didn't used to be like this in the 70s. Oh, no, not when I was knee-high to a grasshopper. They just fill your glass with ice and then put the sugar water over it. And basically so they can sell you an inch of cola and a pint of ice. When you pour that ice cold water into your stomach goes, you know, that's like pouring ice cold water into your car radiator after it's blown. It's really bad for your insides of your body. Asian people don't tend to drink ice water, cold water. Just when I die this week, you'll know that you were right to ignore everything I've said about water. Zeitgeist says tea is a diuretic. Great way to fake losing weight. What, just losing water? Oi. And you can do it the other way around, can't you? You can gain weight with, what is it? I used to use it years ago. What's it called? It puts loads of water in your muscles. Creatine, of course. Sean reckons milk cures COVIDs. We're proper doctors on here tonight, aren't we? Look, just have some water now and again. If it's working for you, Ozmeister, milk away, my friend. I don't know, do I? I'm only talking from personal experience. I'm not a doctor. I should point that out. Zen Maverick used to love a Hong Kong gunner drink after work. Very refreshing in hot weather. What's a Hong Kong gunner drink, Zen? The Electrolyte Orchestra. That's actually excellent. Good call. That would have been good, but Liam beat you to it with a better one. Billy's siding with you, Ozmeister. Milk is good for you. Let me see if I can find you something about that. Hang on. Let me just see if I can find something for you. Let me see if I can find something. Now, I know that a video on the internet isn't going to, you know, that's not a reason to change your mind about anything. But hang on, let me see. Where's the one I want? Hang on. Here we go. This will do. This is the fella that I watched his whole presentation, and this is a clip from it. I mean, just tell us what you think. Let's have a look at this. But listen to what he says. I'm not a doctor. I didn't do a doctorate. I didn't really need to do a master's degree, to be honest with you. If anyone isn't subscribed to my Substack, and that's not nice of you. It's down there. It's in there's now 19 There's 19 short stories in my Substack, and they're all very, very good. Thank you. Sincere thank yous to the many scrubs who've signed up, read them, and left comments. It's really meant a lot to me. I've been smashing out my novel, because of the encouragement that I've got from the comments for the short stories, really. Because if you've enjoyed the short stories, the novel's just like them, but 100 stuck together, which might not go down so well. It's called a puffy, is it? Anyone else? Yes, hello LC350. Yeah, it's a puffy. But my nan used to call it a puffter. Chrissy passed us the puffter. Puffy, puff, puffy, yeah. Oh, look at Queen G. Poof. Puffet. It's a puffet round at Queen G's gaff. Oh, look, John's got a puffet as well. Lulu had a puffy. Space Hopper Mark just thought it was straight out poof. Mr. MF says Hasek. I don't know where we're going now, though. I don't know what's happening. It's a puffy. Okay. You had a red one too. Are they all red? Red puffy. Red puffy. A footstool is a puffy. There you go. So, hello, Barney. Baz has just said open anus. Baz, I don't know if you meant to write that or say it to the person sitting next to you dressed up as a hyena. Pass me the poff. Poff of all things. I'm so far behind the chat, and I'm going to just zoom forward and ignore miles of chat. There's miles of chat. There's miles of chat. Right, where are we? Oh, hang on a minute. 42, number 2. Carbon dioxide is 0.03% of the atmosphere. It's not a problem. Yeah, I haven't noticed. I haven't noticed any problems with the air. I don't buy it. I have done a fair amount of research into it, and all this 97% of scientists agree there's a climate problem. No, 97% of the scientists you asked, who you knew were already on your side. That's the problem with peer reviews. That's the problem with academia. It's fucking bullshit. Baz says Senna was the best. What, the movie or just in general? Michael McCann, are you new in these parts? Just went to my local outdoor pool, but I forgot my boxing gloves, it seems. The travellers were there punching lumps out of one another. They're not great fighters either, are they? I mean, piss them off and 12 of them will kick the shit out of you with lumps of wood with nails in the end. But when it comes to one-on-one fighting, it's like 3 hours later, someone hits someone. To any travellers who are watching this, I'm just making jokes to keep people entertained. Thank you. They crack me up, though, the travellers. They do whatever they want, wherever they want, and I respect them for it. They used to race horses on the M25. There's a little bit down in Dartford, and they just shut it. They've got all the kids, 12-year-old pikey kids. They got these little chariots. The horses are hobbled, which they've got a lump of wood tied to their front legs so they can't gallop. So they're called hobblers. And then all the older chippos. It was meant ironically. This is postmodernism, but they're all betting on it. I went down there with a mate and he was betting on it, and I said, "Can I bet on it?" He went, "Yeah, no problem. Just go up and tell him." I've gone up there and went, "Can I put £5 on the bloke in blue?" He went, "No, I'm okay, you're not saying." I went, "He went, I went, "Okay, I won't worry." I said, "What did he say?" He said, "It's a monkey minimum." I thought, I ain't putting 500 quid on a kid in a chariot with a horse with his legs welded together in wood. And the one in blue won as well. I'd have not got any money because they just run away afterwards with all the money. But yeah, they shut the M25 down and then they just whipped one of the horses and they all just with the kids on them going, "Fucking move, you fucking nag." And then when they've all exchanged money and that, they quickly unhobble the horses, chuck them in the back of the wagons, and they all disappear. 5 hours later, the police turn up. We got a call saying there were people racing horses on the M25 like last week. Bless them. Right. Billy says, "Your prostate." No, your prostate. Right, hang on a minute. Where are we? There's loads of lovely people in. It's lovely to see some very much OG scrubs in. Hello, Crusher. You'll have to remind me of some tunes. I think I had 5. Name a couple of tunes off it. Mark's calling 5 as well. Loads, Jessica. Absolutely loads. People were just signing up to my Substack, link in the description. Right, here, I'll watch this. Can someone give me an audio check? It'll be the boy Craig with a proper audio big one. We might have to watch that video again because that's been a while and it was so funny. This is 2 minutes 25. I have watched this geezer give a full presentation. I'm not building my entire milk knowledge on this. Hang on a minute. Yeah, but you'll be. I got on with them. I had some great times with them. You just don't, you don't fuck them over because they're a community, and that makes them strong, and people are envious of that, as you should be, because communities are great things. I respect the traveling community. I think they don't get the police involved in their problems, and they command respect, because if you try and fuck them over, they'll fuck you up. Of course you are, Rollo. What the fuck? Rollo, you've been here years, son. Oh, you're all right, Michael. An absolute pleasure. Yeah, no, that's all right. Then no worries. If you've been here before, you don't get a big hello from everyone, but some people might say hello because they're nice. Right, here we go, people. Let me know you've got all. Just check out a bit of this. Hi, not a bit of that. You've seen far too much of that. Here we go. Of course you are, Lieutenant. You'll be a lieutenant when you lose the unloved. It's not good. It's negative thinking. Glass says they nick from my shop. Glass, what, the kids or the adults? Serious question. Because I can get a stop. I can get you to. I know how to stop that. Oh, absolutely. She's looking great. Incredible. She's looking absolutely great. I would smack and tap the arse on it. Right, okay. Did I even play any, Baz? Right, here we go. Check it.
Eggs. All I knew was a standard American diet I grew up on. Is it even possible to be?
Right, could you hear that? He said something about standard American diet he grew up on. It's only 2.5 minutes. I think it will spark some interesting conversation. Thank you, Steve. Let's go.
Eggs. All I knew was a standard American diet I grew up on. Is it even possible to be a healthy vegetarian or vegan?
Is it possible to be a healthy vegetarian or vegan? I became vegan for, 32 years ago now. And I run several miles every day. I go biking 40, 50 miles through the countryside. I work long hours. I feel great. It's nice waking up in a light trim body every day. And so many of my vegan friends and patients, are just, they're thriving.
Now, I'm going to tell you something that I've been eating steak nearly every other night. I was a vegetarian for about 6 years because I was trying to pull a bird, and when I finally pulled it, I thought, I suppose I better stick with this. But then I had a kebab because I was starving. But if decent quality, I think animals are treated terribly. I really do. I just think it's too far down the line of things that need sorting at the moment. But that's not why I'm watching this. But I would like to be a vegetarian if I could get all the things I needed easily and well prepared and in restaurants. And the reality is you just can't. You can eat a steak or you can eat some tuna and you've just sorted. Fucking around with all that vegetables is a nightmare. But that's not why we're watching this. I think this is the clip. I just want to apologize in advance if I've got the wrong clip and he just keeps talking about veganism, but I think I've got the right one.
since their transition to a vegan diet. So yes, and I've seen vegan moms go through healthy vegan pregnancies and deliver healthy vegan children and raise them into tall, full-size, intelligent vegan adults. And yes, certainly all the nutrients are there in the plant kingdom to do this. That is correct.
But there are like vegan UFC fighters and that, aren't there? I mean, you've just got to make sure you get all the nutrients you need, and it ain't easy.
Think anyone should be consuming dairy?
I really don't.
Right. So this is the bit I want you to just. I'm not saying he's right. I just want you to consider what he says.
I really don't. When you think about it, the purpose of cow's milk. I did most of my growing up on a dairy farm in Wisconsin. The purpose of cow's milk is to turn a 65-pound calf into a 400-pound cow as rapidly as possible. Cow's milk is baby calf growth fluid. That's what this stuff is. Everything in that white liquid, the hormones, the lipids, the proteins, the sodium, the growth factors, the IGF, every one of those is meant to blow that calf up to a great big cow. It wouldn't be there. And whether you pour it on your cereal as a liquid, whether you clot it into yogurt, whether you eat it into cheese, whether you freeze it into ice cream, it's baby calf growth fluid. And women eat it, and it stimulates their tissues.
And it's a fair point, because it's not just calcium and protein and fat. It is loaded with hormones to make you fat. Why have so many men got tits? You know, I know people who are always complaining that they're fat and they don't eat any fat, but they get through plenty of milk just in their coffee. It's actually got hormones and lipids and all sorts of things in it that, as he said, turn a tiny little calf into a fucking massive cow. And that's all they drink. Now, look, I'm just putting this out here for good, honest debate.
Gives women breast lumps. It makes the uterus get big, and they get fibroids, and they bleed, and they get hysterectomies, and they need mammograms, and gives guys man boobs. This is cow's milk is the lactation secretions of a large bovine mammal who just had a baby. It's for baby calves. You know, I tell my patients, go look in the mirror. Do you have big ears? Do you have a tail? Are you a baby calf? If you're not, don't be eating baby calf growth fluid in any level. There's nothing in it people need.
It was a relief to hear I'd not.
Barrett Zippo says men have got tits because of Bill Gates. Someone else, another funny one as well. Jess has called one from a long way back. Your dog's got tits. that is such. I can't give you any more points. So Woodlander hasn't had any milk for 20 years. Yeah, I mean, I mean, look into it, people. It has got some very worrying things in it. It has. It isn't just, you know, we were sold on it by the milk marketing board. Milk is good for you. Drink milk, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's sort of quite bad for you as well. It is full of growth hormones, and they're not very good for you. You know, it's, you know, just something to think about. Your dog's got tits. We might have to watch that. Oh, excuse me. Hang on. I think I've got something else racked up for you. I've got to go. It's fucking gone 2:00 in the morning. Oh, I'll tell you what. I watched a Milton Friedman. I'll put the link in the chat. I learned more from watching this 2.5-hour video about American economic history than I have from countless books on American economic history. I'll put the link in the chat. He makes some incredible points and then explains them and then gives you evidence, and you're like, oh, wow. It's really worth a watch. There you go. There you go. Cambodian breast milk, of course. Well, human breast milk is human baby growth fluid. We don't have that as adults, do we? And now I know some people do. I know it's some people like a lactating lady. It's not my cup of lactating milk. It's not my cup of tea. I must admit. I have had it though. I've had a lady lactate by, well, I thought it was by accident, but I think she why do women lactate when they're not pregnant, or was she pregnant? Can anyone help me? Otto only drinks cockroach milk. Imagine how many cockroaches you'd need. Liam says Milton Friedman is a Jewish neocon. He was also tragically wrong about most of the stuff he said. I don't care that he's Jewish. I'm not sure what that's got to do with anything he says. I don't care if he's a neocon. What are you talking about? Tragically wrong about most of the man has been absolutely on the money about money for like the last 50 years. That seems like a ridiculous thing to say, Liam. I don't know where you get that from. Maybe, okay, but I... Hello, Kabuki. Kaboo. Where are you at the moment, Kabuki? The avatar looks nice. I have watched a bit of Saul. Yes. I do like Thomas Saul, actually. Milkers! Is that it? Why would a woman lactate if she's not pregnant? High prolactin causes lactation. I mean, I was, doing what adult men do and suck a lady's breast, and I just went, oh, fucking hell. And she went, yeah, it happens. I was like, it doesn't. I've sucked a few, and this is the first time. Have you got some Domestos or something? Have you got some Dettol I can rinse my mouth out with? Ryan says, no, don't replace protein shake for milk. No. Steve reckons she was pregnant. Do women lactate when they're pregnant? I suppose so. Otherwise, what? Do the taps turn on as soon as they give birth? Maybe, I don't know. Gerard, do you remember years ago a documentary called Johnny's Not Mad? It was the Scottish bloke who had Tourette's. It was the first ever sort of Tourette's story in the media. Well, they've done a follow-up. Johnny's still not mad and still very funny. And they had him in his little Tourette's group. And there was a woman there from the, what are they called? Thankfully, I haven't needed them in the last 30 years. I used to be a regular there. Free legal advice place. Anyway, she was there trying to help them sort their lives out. And she was going, go for Citizens Advice Bureau, one of that sort of thing. And she was just talking to all these Tourettees. And he went to her, your dog's got tits. And she went, we'll ask you some questions. And he went, fucking nosy bitch. Let's have a look at it. Let's have a look. John is not mad. We want part 2. It's not mad. There you go. There you go. Right. Let me just find the bit where they're in the little the bit where they're talking to this woman, because it's marvelous. I don't believe in Tourette's, by the way. I it's not a disease. It's not an illness. It's just behavioural. It's attention seeking. Now, when I say that, I don't mean that it's. I don't mean that in a nasty way. It's just behavioural. He's unaware of how to get his needs met in life. Do you remember when I showed you that girl who was baking the cake with all her family there, and she had Tourette's, and it was so transparent. It was, and there was a bit where her nan made a joke, and her Tourette's was, I make the jokes here, and I was like, yeah, yes, you do. You've nailed that. Where's this funny bit when they're being talked to by the? She's like a sort of. Oh, here we go. She's like a sort of social worker. Oh no, this is when they just put different Tourette's. Ah no. I want Johnny's Not Mad too. Do you think it's actually called Johnny's Not Mad too? John's Not Mad. Oh, ER. It's in ER. Right, so I think ER, we've got them. This is a clip, and here they are. So here's where they're in their Tourette's group. I'm guessing it's that bit. It looks like it anyway. I've only got the tiny little square. So they're in a Tourette's help group. Goes well. No laughing. You are allowed to laugh because it's hilarious. I got told off for laughing at Tourette's once, and I just went, no. How dare you? I used to laugh in rehab, and a therapist once said to me, she went, "You're only laughing because you're nervous." And I said, well, in that case, you're only having a go at me. You're having a go at me because I'm nervous. That doesn't seem like a good way of treating someone who's voluntarily come to a rehab centre. They hated me at those places, and I hated them too. So a fuck's a fuck at the end of the day. Let me know you've got audio. Hang on.
John's Tourette.
Did you hear that? John's Tourette wit. Did you hear John's Tourette wit? There's a little delay, but I reckon the boy Craig's going to come through. He always does. Here we go. So you're going to hear her say about John's Tourette wit.
Filthy fogs!
John's Tourette weekend gets underway with a relaxation session.
Picture in your mind a beautiful green field.
I'm up to my knees in fucking cow part.
Is there a wind? And when you're ready, if you get up from the recliner.
I don't actually think this is the Your Dog's Got Tits bit. Oh, all the people are saying good and Baz says not good. No, I don't know if this is the Dog's Got Tits bit, but I'm up to my knees in fucking cow pat is already a good start. But I don't know. I don't think this is the Your Dog's Got Tit bit, but we'll give it a go.
Knees in fucking cow part.
Is there a wind? And when you're ready, if you get up from the recliner.
Johnny Davidson.
Right, hello, I'm Heather from Citizens Advice Bureau in Galashiels.
This is it. This is the one with Your Dog's Got Tits and all the other stuff. This is it. This is brilliant.
That actually helped at all.
Fuck off, nosy.
Absolutely. And we sound as advisors like we're asking really nosy questions. Okay.
Chopper dyed his pubes
I'm
ginger.
just going through the list. Don't shoot the messenger.
He dyed his pubes ginger.
The next one is propriety of behaviour with other people. This person would be expected to tolerate the behaviour.
Fuck off!
Quite. That's not a very good wording for it. But there is somebody who's actually...
Your dogs get tits!
In the...
the woman from the Citizens Advice just not being able to handle it. Not trained in any of this at all. That's not a good word for it. She says it almost sort of affirming him. That's not a good word for it. Fuck off, nosy bitch. Let's watch those two absolute classics again, and then I'll let it play for a bit more. But they do deserve repeating because it's absolute gold. He dyes his pubes ginger. What one's marzipan? He ain't even here and I'm pissing myself at him. All right, let's go from the top again because it's golden.
Citizens Advice Bureau in Galashiels that actually helped at all.
Fuck off, nosy.
Absolutely. And we sound as advisors like we're asking really nosy questions.
You are.
Okay.
Chopper dyed his pubes
I'm
ginger.
just going through the list. Don't shoot the messenger.
He dyed his pubes ginger.
The next one is propriety of behaviour with other people. This person would be expected to tolerate the behaviour.
Fuck off!
Quite. That's not a very good wording for it. But there is somebody who's actually...
Your dogs get tits!
...in the law and thought it through at last. And I'll leave that with you so that you can have a look at it.
You're very helpful.
Then there's more on. Did you mean it or not?
I mean, in a way, that's the best Tourette's ever. You're very helpful. It's a hello ultra. Look at, he's even got ultra in it. Hello, oh my God, he's in the UK. Bless you, son. Good to see you, man. Really good to see you. Your dog's got tits. Good to see you, mate. They are like kids, and that's no surprise because that's really what it's about. We all do it. We all have got an element of this, and all it is people are nervous in social situations. And we all say things we regret saying. We all say things that we want to say, we shouldn't have said. We feel like we shouldn't have said. And it's a spectrum. Now, a spectrum doesn't make it an illness. A spectrum makes it behavioural. There's when the first DSM came out about 30 years ago, don't quote me on these numbers, but it's something like this. About 30 years ago, there was something like 150 mental illnesses, right? The DSM-5 has got nearly 400. What, in 30 years, the mental illnesses have more than doubled, have they? I mean, let's assume this 12 inches, steady ladies, let's assume this 12 inches is the line of time. So nothing. You get to 0.0000001 of a millimeter. Suddenly, mental illness is invented. Middle of the 17th century. And then you move on another 0.00000 to now. And now there's fucking nearly 500 mental illnesses. Asperger's, autism, ADHD, depression, Tourette's. None of these things have got anything in the body. We're going back to what Charlotte was talking about. All this stuff has been fabricated. 100% of the people who invented the DSM. They sat around in a group saying, right, what's the next mental illness then? Well, you get a lot of people who, they make a noise, don't they? We'll call that ADHD. All right, then. 100% of those people work for Big Pharma. And when that came out, it was like, what? Hang on a minute. It's almost as if these people are inventing problems and then making drugs to cure them. So they said, we can't do that. So by the next one, it was down to 37% of the people were from Big Pharma. But the problem is, it was a democratic voting system. So they still had enough power to say what went in there and what didn't. And what goes in there, the ones that they can sell tablets. The mental health situation in Europe and all countries of European descent is a fucking mess. It's a complete lie, and it's a con. And that's why in 2016, 20% of British people were taking medication for mental illnesses. And I won't go through it all again, but how can you have an illness of the mind? It doesn't make any sense. But they can fucking drug you up for it. Oh, no, don't worry about that. There's, Pfizer ain't doing, they're doing all right for money, Cheeky cunts. I despise them.
That's the dealing with it. So I'll leave. That's how the points work now, and they are better than the old points. Everyone on incapacity benefit is
same as the Scrubs points. Can we just hear him say piss points then? Because that's immaculate. Listen to him just say piss points.
Incapacity benefit is going to be moved on.
Bollocks. He said it first, and then she said it. There you go. That tells you all you need to know. She says piss.
That's the dealing with it. So I'll leave. That's how the points work now, and they are better than the old points. Everyone on incapacity benefit is going to be moved on.
You've got to
look how much trouble they're having with their illness. I mean, this is heartbreaking. Watching these people sitting around having a right laugh, clapping each other. Oh no, this is terrible. We really need to start treating this. Do you need some drugs, mate? Well, here, I'll add some more. And the drugs don't cure. No drug cures a mental illness. Why? Because there's no money in curing mental illness. It's like addiction. No drugs that they give addicts are there to stop them. Well, you can get these crappy little implants that have got like a 2% success record. How do you measure that? Because most of the people don't come back when they relapse. The only people that come back to the services are people that are still using the services. Oh, well, look, loads of people are successful. Yeah, but what about the people who haven't come back who are out on the streets using? Methadone, do you know a pharmacist gets about 15 quid a pop every bit of methadone he gives out? Well, that's just the pharmacist. Think about the people making the methadone. And in your town, I'd guess, wherever you live, there's probably about 500 to 1,000 people getting a daily methadone script, if not more. And they're allowed to do that for life. They are allowed to say to their key worker and doctor, I don't want to come off it, I just want to be maintained. And no one has got any motivation to get them off it. Because the more they script them, the more they get paid. The doctor gets paid for giving out the scripts, and the pharmacist gets paid for giving out the methadone. The services get paid because if you're on methadone, you're not a drug addict. You're using the services. Although everyone I know who's ever used methadone, except for maybe about 2%, uses on top of it. It's just there to cover you for when you can't find some money or you can't score. Most people sell their methadone to buy heroin. It's just a fucking farce. The whole thing's a fucking joke. Well, we did an hour and 47 before I mentioned heroin, so we're getting there, kids.
Tourette's by proxy now.
15 points for speech can't be understood by strangers. Absolutely. You get 9 points for strangers have great difficulty understanding speech.
Pakistanis and Iraqis.
You get...
I get stabby with knives.
Yeah.
Like Pakistanis and Iranis. Tech Roach, is methadone recreational anyway? Yeah, it's a very, very, very strong opiate. I mean, some people don't get on with opiates. They want stimulants. But if you like opiates, if you like benzos, if you like heroin, methadone's much like that, really. If you want to gouge out, methadone will gouge you out. You just lay on your back all day eating cakes and listening to music. Yeah, it works. It really works. Methadone's just like heroin. Not quite as much like heroin as OxyContin, though. Watch Dopesick, Tech Roach. I advise you all to watch Dopesick. You see what the Sackler family done to America. Because, listen to this. OxyContin's a tablet, right? You can snort it. You can make lines up and snort it like you can heroin. You can put it on foil and boot it, chasing the dragon, like you can heroin. You can prepare it for injection and stick it into your blood, like you can heroin. It's almost as if they said to the chemists, make heroin as a painkiller. What could possibly go wrong? What did you make of it, Emma? Oh, there you go. JP's watched it. Yeah, I think it's brilliant. I mean, it's not like amazing, but the story it tells needs to be told. What's that incredible moment in it? Like, people who sold the most oxys to their local doctors got holidays and cars and stuff. The promoting of that stuff was insane. And then people started saying, like all opiates, people are getting a tolerance. It ain't working. And then Sackler, the boss of Sackler, said, yeah, when it stops working, that's called their breakthrough pain. And when that happens, you have to double the amount they're taking. I mean, this is how dumb. There you go. Look, there you go. Emma remembers. This is how dumb that idea is, right? I mean, I reckon exactly, John. Exactly. I mean, the logic of it's insane. Oh, Well, when I started taking Oxy, the pain went, but it's come back like all opiates will. Yeah, that's because you've hit your breakthrough pain. So what were you on? 80 milligrams a day? That will kill about 5 people who aren't opiate tolerant, by the way. It's a lot of opiates. Oh, we'll have to put you up to 160. And when you're sitting there after your back surgery in agony, you're going to go, are you sure, doc? Yeah, I've got the paperwork here. They've done all the tests that they didn't do and they lied. They lied, right? So then you're on 160 milligrams. It's such a lot of opiates, right? Well, when's that going to stop working? When do you get to the point where it stopped working? You've hit your breakthrough pain. Here is your 320 mils of fucking OxyContin. Fuck me. I'll tell you this now. I think opium, raw opium, you slit a poppy, it comes out, you hack it off, you dry it out a bit. I think it's a wonder drug. And I mean this. I think if it could be grown in Europe or America, like tobacco and the things you need to make alcohol, it would be a much more widely used drug. I think in northern Thailand, Isan, in Laos, in some places in Cambodia and Vietnam, I've seen people give opium to their children. I've seen people. My GP got me to get him some opium off the dark web because he had common cold, and he knows that opium gets rid of all the symptoms of common cold. Like any junkie will tell you that. Junkies don't get colds. And my GP said to me, can you get me some opium? And I said, yeah. I said, your best bet is it's water soluble, put it in a 5 ml baby feed and in syringe and just stick it up your ass. He went, oh, it's all right, I've got an opium pipe. Now, what can you get over the counter for your common cold? Cocodamol. And cocodamol is codeine, which is like the lowest rate of opiate you're allowed to that they let you have because they're cunts. But it's also got 500 milligrams of paracetamol stuck to the side of it. Why? Because the codeine will do the job on its own. Well, because paracetamol is toxic. So they do that deliberately to stop you just using the codeine. Now, any junkie worth his salt knows how to separate paracetamol from codeine. But it's just stupid. Absolutely fucking stupid. Right, I've gone down that road. It's now 2:30 in the morning. I've got to go. First person to call the tune, I'll play it. It's gonna have to be the chat in have I missed any VARTs? I think I might have done. Hang on, done that one. Mr. MF, climate change might be the biggest scam on the West, followed by white supremacy and toxic masculinity. Also, do you use hassock in the UK for pufda? I've never heard hassock, so it was when you said it, I thought that's a bit weird. So no, Mr. MF. Billy says, have you not seen Idiocracy? I have, yes. But what I'm saying, Billy, is I've seen so many people mention it today. We are going in that direction, I fear. Brando's got what plants crave. It's got electrolytes. Milk is better than starving or dying of thirst. Man-made CO2. GW or CC bullshit. Suffist says, have it, your Vartness. Hoyt Suffist. Brad says, mind cannot exist without the catalyst that is the brain. Yeah, but nor can dreams and emotions, nor can imagination. But would you have an imagination illness? The colder air from my fan is invisible, but the fan itself is the cause. Yeah, that doesn't stand up though, Brad. You know, what a mental illness. What is that? What, you know, I don't think that makes sense. So the fan is making you cold, so you treat the fan. Wouldn't it make more sense to just move? When we're not talking about fans, we're talking about brains, and we're talking about medicating them. You know, to use your own analogy, just get out the way of the fan. Have I missed anyone? Mental illness sounds like a rap group. Imagination illness, paranoia. Yeah, but that paranoia is behavioral, isn't it? It's just what you're thinking. Is paranoia a mental illness? It's just what you're thinking. Now, you might be right, you might be wrong. But if you're going to start, this is the problem. You start weaponizing it. Oh, you're thinking this, you're thinking that. That's not normal. Well, who decides what's normal, and where do we draw those lines, and when do those lines get smaller and smaller? Because I had a conversation with Rags earlier, I'm going back on what I previously said about the music. Rags has had some very bad news, and so I'm going to play Get It Out for Rags, but I will play another one after it. People, if you haven't signed up for my Substack, please do. You might enjoy the stories. They're very good. Thanks to everyone who donated. Thanks to the boy Cray and Steve. Steve. I'll play New Shoes first, actually, and then I'll play Milk because Jess asked. So I'll play New Shoes, then I'll play Milk. Milk is appropriate. Thank you to all of you lot for continually coming to the streams. I love them. You love them. One in the chat for Rags. Honestly, it is cool when he wants to tell you that, but it was good of him to reach out and talk to another scrub, because that's a nice thing, a good thing to do. That's what we need to do when we need help. Asking for help. Another thing that they've done to our people. Asking for help's a terrible thing. Don't do it. Oh, suffer alone. No, communities do well. Billy says, are you going to play Milk after slagging it off for 2 hours? Yes. But it's weirdly connected, Bill. Thank you all, people. Here we go. I'll play New Shoes and then I'll play Milk. Please drink water. Look after yourselves in that crazy, crazy, crazy heat. Oh, 1 second. Nobody's imperfect. Here we go. Boom. And massive respect to Mad Lizzie for putting a saucy thumbnail picture in. Takes bottle. Well done, Lizzie. Anyone wants to be on a Scrubs thumbnail, send your picture to Chris at chrisdangerfield.com. I'm stupid, I'm lazy, but in the discotheque I still look crazy. Love me, baby, I only tell lies cause the truth escapes. Summertime, we can get new shoes. I'll have brown and you can get the blues. Enjoy the UK, mate. But I'm not good, I'm fading, but in the right light I still look vaguely human. Happy it won't be long before we cave in. Summertime, we can get new shoes. I'll have brown and you can get the blues. You can get the Don't worry about my heroin addiction. It's on its line.
again tonight. Summertime, we can get new shoes. I'll have brown and you can get that blue. You can get that blue. You can get that blue. You can get that blue.
What the fuck? Cheers, RP. Milk. Oh, hang on. That ain't milk. How did England used to be milk? Cheers, Raymond. The Prussia Canato, mate.
Strand lies, bang bangs about us. Be up, be on good, good deserves now life. But last, the final sweet gland, final surround us. Still knee deep and wet, knee deep and wet. Carbon encrusted, mercenary trusted, a fastening vice from Tangier to Metals. A lot longing, forgotten, infested. A bleak solid air between us tested. The alleyway laughs at time and a half. Time and a half. Splash, you can't come down now. You wouldn't want to. Spies, secret, immediate, amoeba, hilarious. Sheen means the sun stops whining. Thatched roofs, the holes of many spiders. Smile so wide, we look inside her. The need for milk. The need for milk. The need for milk. The arch bends bows, pull strings, pulling things to mark time, arbitrary, sublime, weak of random swine. Best leave now, dear bees abuzz, the historical rub, this newfound embalming, new farming goal. This winter shade of hazy off brown knackers me. A girl I once knew nothing, a rupture suggests we better be as not to less than outburst in slow devotion. As old rock dissolves, a shining example of love, and the need for milk. The need for milk. The need for milk. Of chemical shoals that all sure withdrawals, sensitive, get and flipping, sleep you kid, evoking nothing but the need for milk. The need for milk. The need for milk.
Classic ending. Now, go on. It's been an absolute pleasure. Go and be sensual with someone sensual. Get down your own end, give yourself a slap round of chops and say, hoita!